Business groups fear a federal election fought on work-from-home rights will undo progress made in getting employees back to the office following the pandemic. Joining us live from Canberra, the Employment and Workplace Relations Minister, Murray Watt. Minister, good to have you with us this morning. So on that point, being lax on work from home, does that stymie the progress that's been made in getting workers back into the office?
I don't think it does, Pete. I mean, what we're saying as a government is that workers and bosses should have the opportunity to reach an agreement about whether work from home works in their workplace. And we're already seeing many thousands, if not millions, of Australians work from home very productively, continue to make a contribution to their workplace, but also manage their family responsibilities as well. I've seen the ACTU research released today that says that it's about 1 in 3 workers that works from home at least part of the time. It doesn't work in every workplace, but it does work in many workplaces. And for Peter Dutton and his coalition to be talking about banning working from home, I think would be a massive step backwards, not to mention the increased travel costs that many workers would face at a time when they're looking to save every single penny.
I know that Danielle Wood pointed to advantages when it comes to work from home in a lot of sectors, but when you've got such a poor productivity problem that this country now has, how does work from home overturn that?
Well, I've not seen any evidence produced by anyone that demonstrates that working from home reduces productivity. In actual fact, there are many people who can work productively from home. And in fact, it's very likely that the increase in work from home is one of the reasons that we've seen such an increase in the number of women participating in the workforce. We're currently at record numbers of women participating in the workforce in Australia. I'd say there's a fairly good chance that that's partly due to the work from home increase. But we obviously want to see people work productively, but sometimes doing that from home is the best way that can be done.
So given that, and given the changes that you've made in childcare, how do you react today to the news poll out today that suggests your vote, and the coalition's for that matter, amongst women is falling?
Look, we've always acknowledged that this election is going to be very close, whether that be women voters, male voters, young voters or older voters. It's going to be very close, and we're going to have to fight for every single vote that we can get. But we're very confident that by the time it comes to election day, some of the policies that Labor's got in place, particularly in the health space, rebuilding Medicare, the incredible investments we're making in women's health, not to mention us not taking this blanket ban against work from home that Peter Dutton seems to want to take. I think those kind of things will appeal to women voters, and that's why I'm confident that we can get there by election day.
All right, on energy rebates, are they going to be a long-term feature of budgets since you failed on the $275 promise and prices keep on going up?
Well, we've said that we'll obviously keep these cost of living measures under review, whether it be the energy rebates announced over the weekend, the cheaper medicines policies that we've delivered as well. What you'll see in this week's budget is a continued focus on supporting Australians with their cost of living pressures. It's something that we've done throughout this term. Unfortunately, we have seen Peter Dutton, Peter Dutton and the coalition vote against every cost of living measure that we've taken up until now. They've had a change of heart when it comes to these energy rebates because it's just before an election. But they've already made very big statements that they're going to take the axe to government spending, including cost of living measures, if they win the next election. So I think that's a very scary thought for Australians as they're still trying to save and get ahead.
Well, when you're going through the numbers, there's red ink out on the horizon. Jim Chalmers said yesterday it remains to be seen when the budget will be back in black. So how is that a good economic sell ahead of an election?
Well, I think it's worth remembering that there were nearly 2 decades between Labor delivering a surplus, as we have done twice in a row, and the previous surpluses. So I would say judge us on our record. We have delivered 2 consecutive surpluses, the first time that's been done in a couple of decades. Over 10 years, the coalition didn't deliver 1 surplus and Labor's delivered 2. And that's as a result of responsible economic management. You will have seen the articles today saying that over the course of this term, we've implemented $95 billion in savings or reprioritisations within the federal budget, and that's one of the reasons that we were able to get the surpluses that we did. So we'll keep working hard on that. Even this year's result, while it will be in deficit, is a much lower deficit than what was predicted for the coming year when we came to office. Okay. So I think Labor has really demonstrated our economic credentials.
I just want to squeeze this in, Murray, with 30 seconds to go. I mean, just on the big announcements, Olympics venues in Queensland tomorrow as a Queenslander, rowing shifted to croc-infested rivers of the Fitzroy River in Rockhampton, Brisbane Live is gone, the Gabba rebuild's gone, it's all moving to Vic Park according to the Courier Mail. Have you got any doubts that all of this can be done in time?
Look, I want to be really positive about the Olympics, Pete. I mean, I think it will be a great event for Brisbane and a great event for Queensland and Australia. We'll wait and see tomorrow exactly what the Queensland government's got in mind when it comes to the venues. From a federal perspective, we've still got our $3.4 billion on the table, which is the most that any federal government has invested in an Olympics. Let's wait and see the detail when it comes out tomorrow.
Murray Watt, appreciate it. Thank you. Chat again soon.